Today we interview Felicia Holder, chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party and electoral candidate for the Diego Martin Central. Good morning, Felicia.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. Thank
you for having me on.
Let's start off talking about why politics. Why did you enter politics?
Because, looking at the state of politics in Trinidad and Tobago right now, as a young person, I felt like there was nothing positive to look forward to. I grew up in a PNM-led household, as you can see. My grandmother was PNM, a lot of my family members were PNM, and I thought I was supposed to fall in line with that, and I did for a little while, and then I felt it, being a part of this political party. When I say being a part, following this political party doesn't mean that they are exempt from the failures that I begun to observe. And as a young person, I wanted more for my politics. I wanted more for my future children, more for my country, more for my same family who were or are some of them still PNM. And looking across at the other side, there was nothing positive to look at there either. So I thought, why not get involved in something that was disconnected from both the PNM and the UNC and the traditional Bacchanal old noise? Why not get involved in something that seemed more positive, that seemed progressive, that was talking solutions, not finger pointing, not blaming, and why not help build that from scratch, which is what I did and I'm still doing, and it's why I'm in politics. I want a better country. I want a country where people can live equally, and our anthem says, "Here, every creed and race find an equal place." But I think we are anything but that right now. I'd like to be a part of making that an actual reality.
All right, so tell me about the constituency of Diego Martin Central. What are some of the issues that the residents have, and how can you? Well, let's start off with the issues that they've raised so far on your campaign trail.
Well, one of them being flooding. Now, there's a Diego Martin River which separates half of Diego Martin Central, the half that is closer to the main road, and then the half that is on the St. Lucian Road side. And when that river, it rains, because Diego Martin Central is basically a basin sandwiched between two mountain ranges, and when it rains, it floods pretty quickly, but not just the river itself overflows. There's the fact that the streets themselves, yesterday I met a woman in Diamond Vale. I told her I was going to call her name, Mala, who complained to me that right in front of her street, when it rains, it fills up pretty quickly, and they have to deal with issues of flooding. Now, Diamond Vale is considered one of the upper middle class areas in Diego Martin. And you would never think that they had to deal with issues like flooding and poor infrastructure. That's one of the things that they have to deal with. There's also the issue of no water in certain areas. Now, it depends on where in Diego Martin Central you're from. Some areas, they don't have a complaint. Other areas say that they have a very inconsistent supply. Sometimes they're getting water 2 times, 3 times a week. It coming late at night. You have to fill up your barrels. Crime is also an area. For some of the people, they complain that, because there's no hope and opportunity for the young people in their community, you find that they get involved in lifestyles of drugs and gang warfare, etc. So you may be living behind a gated community, but when these people feel like they have no other recourse in life, you're the person that they come in to rob. And it's kind of a victim situation, because both of them are victims to their circumstances. The ones who have no hope and opportunity, they are victims to that. And the ones who are being targeted because of these people who have no hope and opportunity, of course, they are victims. Which is why, we in the Progressive Empowerment Party believe in leveling that playing field, creating hope and opportunity for all, so that we can live as a peaceful society, which we are anything but right now.
Okay, so you're saying that we're anything but a peaceful society right now, but you're going to be able to create that peace in society. The things that you spoke about just now, flood, water, and crime, those are the three of the things that you spoke about as problems in the constituency. How do you see if being elected, how would you be able to fix those problems?
Love that question. Flood. The beauty of the Progressive Empowerment Party's flood and water policy is that it solves both at one time. It solves flooding, it solves the inconsistent supply of water. The Diego Martin River, for example, I mean, that one river, which, like I say, a drop of rain falls in Diego Martin Central, and that river is ready to burst its banks. Monday, when I was there, we had about maybe half an hour of so much of rain, and when I went, I was actually doing a walkabout in the area, and I walked to the riverbank, and it was nearly at the road level. The idea that we have for water management is to catch, hold, store, treat, and distribute. That same Diego Martin River can be turned into a water catchment facility, of course, using things like grates to filter out the rubble and the dirt and the garbage, and use it to catch, treat, and distribute to the residents. So you can also widen that, well, deepen as well. We have an idea of using the rivers to actually deepen it and create those catchment facilities and overflow tanks to be exact. So that when one fills, the other one fills, and the other one fills, and you build that all the way upstream, allowing you to catch that water, allowing you to solve the issue of flooding, as well as being able to use the same water to distribute to the residents who are struggling for water. The crime issue, like I mentioned before, is because the youths feel like they have no hope and opportunity. When you look across Diego Martin Central, right now they're rushing to finish the health center, they rush to finish the community center. There's a sporting facility that was built and opened in 2019. But to whose benefit? The youth can't even use it. You have to pay $1,000 upwards just to go and kick a ball. You have to write a letter to UDCOT. So if I was a youth struggling for anything in my community, there's literally nothing for the youths. I mean, you go to your playing field, it's overgrown with grass. Somebody begged me yesterday, if you vote for me, please get some. If I vote for you, can you get me some street lights on the playing field where I like to kick ball? And I mean, in 2020, to hear youths complaining about just these small little things is really sad in a country that is so wealthy like Trinidad and Tobago, in a country that can afford to spend $500 million on vanity projects like renovating the Red House. Why not invest in our youths? Why not invest in education and skills training? Why not give the young people in our society the opportunity to own their own businesses, give them the opportunity to become farmers and entrepreneurs, give them the opportunity to earn certification in masonry and carpentry. If I wanted to be a seamstress, what if I wanted to create bottle covers that were pretty designs? These are dreams that if you were living in other countries, first world countries, that were interested in developing the youth, that were interested in seeing a society move out of the backward third world kind of society that we sometimes tend to live in. Those are the kind of countries that Trinidad and Tobago should be aspiring to be, always looking at the best, always looking at the brightest ideas, always taking from success leaves clues. And these countries, they give us examples, templates which we can follow. Of course, you need to have the right leadership, the right government in order to take you forward.
All right. I want to challenge a couple of things that you said there just now, if you don't mind. With regards to the flooding and the water catchment issue, I think a big part of the problem would be that water comes from the mountains. You said that there are two mountains on either side of that same Diego Martin River, and I know this because I live in Pitti Valley. So I know the mountains that the water that comes down the mountain is already filled with silt and mud, and to filter that out, I think would be pretty close to impossible because it comes with the water. Like the water comes down and it's filled already. The Diego Martin River itself has not burst its banks in probably about 10 years. If 10 years ago you told me that a little bit of rain fell and the water is ready to burst the banks, I would quicker believe it than now. Only because in the past, so far for the rainy season, even when we had the threat of the tropical storm, the river did not burst its banks as yet. But I don't know that the catchment area, I mean, maybe we can go into more detail about how
Well, yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
You're saying that it is impossible. I would also challenge that. No, it's not impossible. It is actually making more sense to catch the water in the rivers using those catchment tanks that I mentioned, rather than wash it out into the sea and then spend $500 million desalinating it, which is what we do right now. Why not catch it upstream? But let's forget the river. There's a natural spring on Springflow Road, which I visited just Sunday gone, which 24/7, 365 days a year, that water flows from the mountain, from the natural aquifer, and down into the drain, out into the ocean. Why haven't we yet figured out how to catch and store that water? It's not impossible to treat that water that you're seeing coming down the river. It's not impossible to catch that water that is coming out of the mountains in Diego Martin Central. And I mean, you're saying that you don't believe that the river has burst its banks. I'm sorry I didn't send you a picture of the river as I stood in front of it, how high it was after that half an hour of rain. But besides the river, this lady, Marla, who complained to me about the flooding in front of her street, she said, and you're right, the issue of flooding is not just the river. The issue of flooding is also the drains, which haven't been cleaned in a while. The corporation put down some grates and they painted it, and it stopped the water from being able to flow. The road is not level, so one side of the road is higher versus the other side. So the side that is lower, the water tends to pile up. And I mean, these are simple works and infrastructural changes that can take in Diego Martin Central. Proper planning, such as what we propose under Constituency Board of Supervisors, where you have a supervisor of public works to deal with issues like this in Diego Martin Central. Like I said, you wouldn't expect Diamond Vale to have to complain about an issue of flooding on their streets, but it is a reality. You say you live Diego Martin, but it's the truth. And there is a solution for it. We just need a government, like I said, that is focused on getting to that solution and making it a reality.
All right. Well, Felicia, I admire your passion, and I look forward to see the changes that could possibly happen if you were to be elected. But before we go any further, I would like to get to the fun part of this interview, where we get across to the wheel. And I know you are prepared for the wheel, so I'm going to head across. And because you aren't here, I'm going to have to spin the wheel for you. And you have anyone in particular you're hoping to get?
To be honest, I don't know. Let's just see what the wheel says.
All right, let's see what's going on with the wheel this morning. We have 4 options on the wheel. Fitness challenge, pick a side, know your place is where you seem to have landed. Know your place is where you seem to have landed.
Yes.
Yeah? So all that means is I'm going to ask you some questions about Diego Martin Central. Yeah?
Sure, let's go.
Now, this one is going to be interesting, right?
Oh my God, let's see.
Where is the health center in Diego Martin Central?
The health center, the new one or the old one? Because the new one is located on
the new one isn't open as yet. So the old one.
It is located on St. Lucian Road.
St. Lucian Road? Where on St. Lucian Road?
What's that?
Where on St. Lucian Road?
Oh God, I can't remember the exact street. St. Lucian, is it?
It's not on One Coco Road?
I know it's near the P&M office because I passed there on Sunday and I cannot remember the name of the exact street.
It's on the corner of One Coco Road and Simeon Road.
One Coco Road.
One Coco and Simeon Road.
Yes.
All right.
One Coco Road.
Where is there a community center in Diego Martin Central? I'm sure there's more than one, but can you tell me where one is? One of the community centers?
There is actually one on the Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard that looks like a dead zone right now, and I haven't seen any activity in it for the since it's been open.
All right. Where's your favorite place to eat in Diego Martin Central?
What's that?
Where is your favorite place to eat in Diego Martin Central?
Oh my God, and I was going to send you a picture of this, but I say that was probably not appropriate. I stopped by Island Barbecue after a very long walkabout, and listen, good food. Don's Roti as well, also very good. Ebb's Creole food, definitely check it out. I mean, Diego Martin has some rich culture in terms of the food, in terms of the people, in terms of, the spices. I mean, when you're hungry and you're looking for something to eat, I definitely recommend Island Barbecue by Crystal Stream. Stop, take a drink, lime outside, and of course, go and tell people that you ate from Island Barbecue and give them that support and exposure.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for your time this morning, Felicia Holder, Chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party, representing electoral candidate for Diego Martin Central.
Thank you very much.
Take care.